to your slow and stretchy practice. I'll recommend gathering a blanket, maybe also some cushions and anything else that might help support your practice today. You might also set up the space that you're in as you gather these props, adjusting the lighting or the temperature of the room. When you've done all that you need to prepare for practice, make your way into a comfortable position for the body. And if right away the body isn't ready for stillness, then allow it to move. When you are bringing yourself to stillness, make sure that you're bringing yourself to a place of comfort, a place where you feel supported. Once in stillness, release any tension from the physical body, especially around the eyes and the mouth, and the shoulders and the hips. With this slower practice, we'll be working on discovering a deeper connection to the body, to your own thoughts and feelings. To do this in a loving way. If it feels welcome in this moment, I invite you to bring the hands to rest somewhere on the body. It might be on the belly, the chest, the legs. And if you don't feel like touching the body now, then you could bring the hands so that the palms are facing down towards the earth. Still bringing you this sense of grounding. And with the hands on the body, you might notice the rise and fall of the breath. The warmth or coolness of the skin. Release again any tension present in the body. And start to direct your awareness towards your breath. Manipulating the breath in a way that you create deep inhales and long exhales. You are breathing in, and you're breathing out. And let's take a breath together. Deep breath in. exhale to empty fully. And now take a big inhale and hold the breath in at the top. And keep the face relaxed. The prana is circulating through the body. And now exhale, let it go. And let's do that again. Take a big inhale. Fill all the way up and hold the breath in. Hold. And release. One last time. Big breath in. Hold the breath in at the top. Hold. Hold. And release. You can move the hands away from the body and start to introduce some movement here. Paying attention as you bring this movement to the body. Noticing which areas of the body might be asking for a little bit more care, a bit more of your attention. Follow this movement until you arrive up in a comfortable seat. You might prop yourself up on a folded blanket or a cushion. Sit in a way that you can feel length up through the spine. Slide the shoulders down. The hands rest down on the knees or somewhere on the legs. And now as you inhale, lift the shoulders up towards the ears. And as you exhale, release them down. And let's do that again. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, release down. The right fingertips start to walk away from the hips now. The right palm will root down, and now as you inhale, reach your left arm up and over, bending the right elbow towards the ribs, bringing a nice stretch into the left side. Breathe deeply into the left side. And pressing into the right palm, lift yourself up. Left fingertips come down and move away from the hips. With the palm rooting down, inhale, reach your right arm up and over, bending the left elbow towards the ribs, stretching down the right side. The breath is deep and the breath is full. As you breathe in, rise up. And as you breathe out, rest the right hand down. Again, as you inhale here, lift the shoulders up. And exhale, slide them down. One more time. Rooting down through the sit bones. As you inhale, lengthen your spine. And as you exhale, gently twist towards the left. Right hand can catch the left knee, left fingertips tent behind the body. A breath in, lengthen, even lengthening the neck, chin parallel to the floor. And as you exhale, you might deepen the twist, turning the gaze over the left shoulder. You don't have to force anything here. Let the twist happen with the breath. release your twist to face the front of your space. Fingertips down, inhale, sit tall. Exhale, take your twist over towards the right. As you arrive, feel the length in the spine, chin parallel to the floor. Exhale, you might begin to deepen the twist. Gaze could turn over the right shoulder. Massaging the belly with your breath. Breathing deeply. And release your twist. When you're facing the front of your space, if you are sitting with the legs crossed, cross the legs the other way so you have your other leg in front. And then if available, the fingertips will touch down to the space in front of you. As you inhale, lift out of your hips, lengthening the spine, heart reaches forward. And now in time, as you exhale, you might start to take the chest down towards the earth. Enjoying the journey here, every little shift in the body as you take the heart down. Direct the breath into the tighter areas in the body. Take another full breath here. With the next breath, the hands walk in to lift the chest. And you'll come forward onto your hands and your knees in tabletop. And if you have a blanket here, you might enjoy folding it to place under the knees for a little bit more padding. Hands are going under the shoulders and the knees under the hips. Fingers spread wide on the mat. Taking some really slow cat-cows. And starting the movement here at the tail. Inhaling, lift your tail, lift your heart, let the belly go down, cow stretch. And now as you exhale, press into your fingertips, tuck the tail under, round through the spine, pull the belly in. Inhale slowly to cow. And exhale slowly into cat. One more here. Bring yourself to a neutral spine with the gaze down. Keeping the right knee where it is, take the top of the right foot outside of your mat. And now extend the left leg long so the foot comes to the mat and your toes are pointing in towards the midline. Right hand stays down as you reach your left hand up for a modified side plank. Feeling light in the right hand, lift through the left fingertips, take an inhale. And as you exhale, reach the left arm under the right. Inhale to reach back up, getting that nice stretch across the chest. And exhale, reach the left arm through. One more time on this side. And pausing when you have the fingertips reaching up. You can shift the weight more into the right fingertips now, lifting and reaching the left arm forward, palm down. The left leg could lift, reaching through the ball of the foot. Feel a stretch, fingers to toes. This can be a nice place to stay, or you might bend the left knee, heel towards the sit bone. The left hand could reach back to catch the top of the foot. With the foot in hand, you might enjoy taking the heel in closer to the sit bone. You might also enjoy pressing the foot into the hand and opening into the heart. One more breath where you are. With care, release the left leg and come back to your hands and your knees in tabletop. Let's come right to the other side, taking the top of the left foot outside of your mat, and then extend the right leg long, foot to the mat, toes towards the midline. Right hand is reaching up, light in the left hand as you reach through the fingertips. Breathe in. As you breathe out, reach the right arm under the left. Inhale, reach up, open across your chest. And exhale, reach the right arm through. One more time. Breath in to reach up. And as you breathe out, you can reach the right arm forward, palm down. Lean into the fingertips, lift the right leg, reach through the ball of the foot. Find your balance, find your breath. And now you could bend the right knee, heel towards the sit bone, right hand goes back. With the foot in hand, take the heel in closer to your sit bone, or press the foot into the hand and open into the heart. A full breath where you are. Releasing, make your way back to hands and knees, tabletop. And then take the hips back towards the heels for child's pose. In this child's pose, it might be nice to turn the palms up. Just some relief here for the wrists. And breathing deeply into the back of the body. Your child's pose with the palms facing down, you might be able to inch the fingertips a little bit more forward. Fingers spread wide, and now as you inhale, bring yourself forward to hands and knees. Shoulders could go past the wrists, and then exhale, lower all the way to your belly. Inhale, Bhujangasana, Cobra Pose. And exhale, back into Child's Pose. And again, moving with the breath. Inhale, come forward. Exhale to the belly. Inhale, Cobra. Exhale, Child's Pose. Up to the flow one more time, letting your breath guide the movement. Take a deep breath into the back. And then move through hands and knees. Curl the toes under, downward facing dog. Letting the head hang between the arms. You could bring movement into the legs, pedaling out the feet. From downward facing dog, walk the feet up to the top of your mat. Feet can be hip distance apart, maybe even wider, and then just let the upper body fold over the legs. Option to catch opposite elbows. You might find a bit of a sway from side to side. If you have the elbows, let them go. Squeeze your glutes, pull the belly in, and slowly roll up to stand. When you're standing, feel the shoulders roll down the spine, palms open to the front of your space. Now you can bring the feet in together, as close as they can come actually. Maybe the ankles are touching, maybe the legs are touching. Just whatever works in your skeleton. We're going to work a bit on balance here. So if you feel a little unsteady on your mat, maybe the softness is kind of throwing you off, then you might like to step off and come onto firmer ground. You could even come to the wall or a chair if you'd like to hold on to something. When you have this connection between the feet, maybe through the legs, lift all of your toes, spreading them wide, and then release them back down. Imagine you have magnets now between the legs. Squeeze your glutes. Lifting straight up as you come onto the toes, lifting the heels. Keeping those magnets between the legs, and now as you exhale, take the heels back down without losing that connection at the midline. Glutes are engaged, squeezing as you lift the heels up. And exhale as you lower down. So taking your time here, working at staying in control of this movement. Building strength in the feet and the ankles. And take one more, and when the heels are down, relax the glutes. And bring the feet back to hip distance apart. If you have a blanket on your mat here, you can move it out of the way. We'll be coming into dancer's pose next. So again, you might be on your mat, you might be on the floor, at the wall. It's completely up to you. You'll start by shifting your gaze to a still point, and then feeling the weight move into the right foot as you lift the left foot behind. Left hand is going back to catch the top of the left foot. Now you want to close the left hip, so point the left knee down so your hips are level, and reach your right arm forward. Staying here, or as you lean forward, lifting the left foot, lift through your heart as well. Keeping the jaw unclenched. The breath is flowing. Option to continue to balance on the right leg as you take your left knee to the chest and the hands to the heart. And then release the left foot down and take any movement in the body before preparing for the other side. Find your drishti, the still point for the gaze. The weight will be moving into the left foot when ready, lifting the right foot behind. Right hand catches the top of the foot, and then point the right knee down, level your hips. Left arm extends out in front of you. You could go deeper here, taking the heart forward and up, pressing the right foot into the hand as you lift the leg. Breathing. Option to continue to balance on the left leg as you bring the right knee to the chest, hands to the heart. And then release the right foot down and move the body however it wants to move. We'll continue practice from Tadasana, mountain pose, at the top of the mat. With your feet at a comfortable distance apart. Palms turn forward as the shoulders slide down the spine. An opportunity here to play with closing the eyes. Staying connected to the earth, aware of the feet. Moving with the breath as you inhale, reach your arms up. Option to look up. And as you exhale, fold over your legs, bend your knees as much as they need to. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, lifting halfway. Exhale, bend your knees to plant the hands and step right into downward facing dog.
Bring your feet together at the back of your mat. And as you inhale, lift the right leg high and open into the hip, bending the knees, spread your toes. Inhale, extend the right leg long. Exhale, right foot between the hands. With the right foot planted, spin open the left foot, heel to the mat, and rise into Warrior Two. In your Warrior Two, you're getting that nice stretch at the front inner thigh, opening into the hip, and tending the knee out towards the baby toe. Left leg is long and strong, rooting through the outer edge of the foot. And keeping with this theme of becoming more aware of the body and all that we're feeling, I invite you to bring the hands to rest somewhere on the body. Maybe that's on the heart, the belly, the legs. Maybe you'd rather keep the arms out. Choose what matches your energy, your needs right now. With the stillness, you might feel comfortable closing the eyes. It's okay if the body is swaying in the shape. Stay with it. Keep feeling that opening at the right hip, the stretch at the inner thigh. Another breath here. Reaching the arms back out, gaze could be over the right hand. Keeping the legs as they are, right palm up. Reverse your warrior, left hand back, right hand to the sky. Inhale, open back into Warrior Two. Exhale, take the hands down to frame your right foot, spin onto the left toes. An option to flow through a vinyasa here, stepping through high plank. Knees could lower to bring you to the belly. Inhale, Cobra Pose. And exhale, downward facing dog. Holding downward facing dog, hips are high, spine is long. Breathe. Another breath in downward facing dog. Big toes touch at the back of your mat. Inhale, lift the left leg, three-legged dog. You could open the hip, bend the knees, spread the toes. Inhale to lengthen the leg. Exhale, left foot between the hands. When the left foot has arrived, spin open the right foot, heel to the mat, and then lift into Warrior Two. Find the alignment in the legs. If you want to make this a little bit less, a little bit more gentle, then create a shorter stance. Take the feet in closer together. If you want a little bit more, then take the feet further apart. Just make sure the left knee is not knocking in. You're keeping that opening from the hip, lengthening and strengthening the right leg. Arms could be reaching, or you might take the hands to rest somewhere on the body. Soften the gaze or close the eyes. With this physical touch, what do you notice? The face is soft. Have another breath here. Arms can reach out in Warrior Two. Looking over the left hand, inhale. Exhale as you reverse, left palm up, reach the right hand back. Inhale, come back to Warrior Two. And as you exhale, take the hands down to frame the left foot, spin onto your right toes. An option to flow or step right back into downward facing dog. Relax the neck, let the head hang. Let's take a deep inhale through the nose and sigh out the mouth. Softly bring your knees down and reach for your blanket if you have one. And you're going to take your blanket so that you can roll it up. So it looks something like this. And you're going to move it about 3/4 up your mat. And then come into Sphinx Pose. So coming down onto the forearms. And if you have the blanket here, it's just going to rest almost right under the ribs. So you're a little bit supported here in this back bend. And if you prefer to be unsupported, then just remove the blanket. With your legs heavy on your mat, the glutes are relaxed. Feeling a lengthening at the low back as you reach your heart forward. Maintaining length in the neck, you could bring a slight tuck down with the chin. Relax your mouth. Maybe you close the eyes. Feel every breath as it flows in the body, and as it flows out the body. Take another breath in Sphinx. If you have a blanket, you can remove it. And we'll come down onto the belly. Maybe stacking the hands here to rest the forehead. The legs are relaxed. And the breath is moving at the low back. Opening the right hip now. Bend the right knee to come off of the mat. Letting the leg be heavy here. You could keep the torso where it is, or you might start to dial it away from the right knee. And then resting back down, maybe the forehead, maybe an ear. And every exhale, you're letting go. Letting go of any need to do more. You've moved the torso, bring it back to center. Bring the right leg back onto the mat. Resting the head down for a moment just to notice. And then open your left hip and the left knee outside of your mat. You can keep the torso where it is, or you might begin to dial it over towards the right. Forehead or ear to the top of the hands. The entire body is relaxed and melting into the earth. Slowly bring the torso back to center. And the left leg back onto the mat. And with your gaze down, the hands will come to the mat and press back into a child's pose. Any variation you enjoy. Take the time you need in child's pose. And you'll make your way onto your back, bringing with you any props that you enjoy for Shavasana. The body might be ready for Shavasana. The body might be craving some more movement. So honoring your own body's needs. You're moving towards that place of a deep relaxation. When you are in Shavasana, I invite you again to incorporate physical touch. To bring the hands to rest somewhere on the body. Releasing any manipulation with the breath. You can rest here. Enjoy your Shavasana. And enjoy this time of peace.
Softly start to bring yourself back to the body. This might start by just noticing the breath. Any physical sensations. Then reintroduce the movement. Follow this movement until you arrive up in a comfortable seat. When you're seated, you could hold space, bringing the hands together at the heart center. Thumbs gently pressing into the chest. And the eyes could softly close. Sealing practice with a moment of gratitude for a healthy body and for a healthy mind. From the light in me to the light in you. Namaste.